différence eza wapi entre bino here when they mention in the constitution that the president Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this new segment of Face to Face. Now before I present to you my guest of today, let me present to you what's on our menu today. Today what's on our menu is this Congolese gynecologist Denis Mukwege, who repairs women who are victims of rape in the eastern part of the Congo, where the zone where there's always war. Where there have been wars for some decades now. We're going to talk about him, and we're also going to talk about the anti-police brutality protest in Nigeria, and we'll decorticate that with the pertinent Yves Mayele. Yves, welcome to Congo TV, and how are you doing?
Thank you very much, Mr. Vital, and I'm doing very okay.
Nice. So let's start with Denis Mukwege. Denis Mukwege, he's doing two things. He's repairing women who are victims of rape in the eastern part of Congo, but also now he's now calling for justice for those victims. Now, before we go to the justice part, how do you find what he's doing, the help he's providing to those victims of rape and all those atrocities?
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Vital, for the question. Mm-hmm. First of all, I'll start by thanking him, but also I think whatever he's doing right now, it was supposed to be done by the government. Mm-hmm. So to have the man like Mukwege taking his time and his pocket money and doing those kind of help, I would say it's a very fantastic job for him. Yeah.
Well, he has a foundation. He built a hospital, and he's doing those women. He's repairing women. He doesn't get any. At first, he doesn't get any recognition in our country, and he wins the prize, Nobel Prize in 2018. So, what do you think the problem is? Why did he not get the recognition in our country, but they recognized him outside, and then he became a Nobel Prize winner? What do you think the problem is?
Yeah, first of all, I'll start by mentioning that in our country we still have that kind of problem when somebody like Mukwege or any other common population doing a favor for his country, showing a very patriotic gesture to his country. Mostly they don't get recognized, or they don't get that recognition as a hero or as somebody who's helping the country. So I would say that in our country we still have that kind of problem. Same as Mukwege, he's been known all over the world internationally. And he was even awarded the Nobel Prize, as you just mentioned yourself, back in 2018. But when you go in our country, Congo, he don't get that recognition. So our country do have a very big problem on that point.
Now, is it the people, the population at large, or is it the government? What do you think? I mean, because I feel like people maybe understand and appreciate the people like that, but is it not just the government that the government that was not paying attention or trying to appreciate what he's doing?
Well, I would say it's people, because the people in the government are the common population in the country. So I would say it's people.
But not every leader listens to the people, though.
But for you to be in a government, you have to start as a common population, as a common person. So I would say all the people, not all of them, but mostly the majority of the leaders, they don't give people that are doing a patriotic gesture, they don't give them a recognition or whatever they deserve, to be awarded or known in the country.
Well, I'm saying like that because he won the award in 2018.
Yes.
After that, at the time, Joseph Kabila Kabange was the president. Not even invite him, to congratulate him, even to just appreciate the work he's doing, in the eastern part of the Congo. But now, when Felix Tshisekedi, the current president Felix Tshisekedi, when he came in power, in his speech when he was addressing the nation at the end of last year, he mentioned him and congratulated him for his achievements and the work he's doing. That's what I'm saying. Was it not just a leadership problem rather than the population?
I would say it's a leadership problem. Again, he congratulated him as you just mentioned yourself, but he didn't take any action. By awarding him another award or
supporting him
or
in other ways,
or even create another NGO to deal with those women of victim of rapes. So I would say
it's not enough.
He only received the recognition by a verbal recognition, but no
action,
taking action. So for me, I would say it's something dealing with the leadership. Yeah.
Okay, let's look into the justice part of this thing. So the man has been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
I don't even know when. Do you not even know when he started? I don't even know when he started.
Yeah, he started, I think, when the second war of Congo happened, back in 2000 or 2001.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
It's been a long time.
So the man has been doing that for a long time, and now he's calling for a
justice
to be established especially just for those crimes that was done in Congo, in the eastern part of Congo, so that the perpetrators of the victims can receive, so that those people can receive justice. Yeah. So, what do you think? Is it now tired, or does he feel like people that are supposed to do that job, like the government, is not doing it? Maybe he has to raise his voice so that justice can be done.
Personally, I would support him 100%. It's just a lot. Doing those women are victim of rapes. He's been repairing them. He's been helping those women. But the people that destroy those women are there. Nobody's judging them. Nobody's being
punished for their
wrongdoing.
Yeah.
So I would say he's not. There is nobody who's helping him to judge those people who are destroying, our women in Western countries.
So he feels like he's going through a same cycle.
Cycle.
He repairs them, and then
same thing happens
again. Yeah. So women keep coming, and then it becomes like just some repetitive stuff that keeps happening. So, but now it seems like he wants that to come from outside the country, from international. He wants support from the outside people, outside organizations to establish that. Yeah. Why not inside though?
As we talked a couple minutes ago, mentioning about we're having a bad leadership. So I would say that maybe he tried to get the government involved in that case. They didn't want to be involved in the case, so he's now seeking the attention from the outside. Maybe the ICC, is he reporting from ICC, or
I think he's just calling. I think he's just calling everybody.
Everybody who can listen, come help him. Yeah. So he tried his government. The leadership is bad. Nobody's taking any action. Mm-hmm. Nobody is willing to help him. So right now he's seeking the attention from the outside. It's something dealing. It's something dealing with our bad leadership. That's all I can say.
Well, when you look at what even the ICC does, how many presidents from these big powerful countries have gone there? It's just really some only Africans, really. So it's that even though they call it international, what's the
International Criminal Court?
International Criminal Court. Even if they call it international, but I don't know any president who is not from Africa who went there, or anybody. I've heard some former rebels that have been judged there and even sentenced, but I've never seen somebody else from outside Africa go there. So I feel like even that court is not.
It's not international. It's only for Africa.
Yeah, I think it's focused for that. So that's why I feel like, why not have our own court? Why not do it on our own instead of taking it outside? Because if
So without interrupting you, I think by doing our own code, it will be a worse, or it will be a mess. Just take this example. Mukwege he tried to get his government being involved in his what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
But nobody had wanted
Support him.
to support him, or had that even idea of being involved in what he's doing. So he's now seeking the attention from the outside of the country. So think now of having a court that is going to be dealing with those rebels. Nobody's going to judge those rebels, from their wrongdoing.
Okay. Now, if you say so, I believe in Congo there's some pertinent men, some men that we can be confident with, some people that we can be trust, some people that are competent enough to do that job. Because I'm saying, even if you go outside, for that to happen, the outside, whatever it is, if it's the ICC or whichever country it is, they have to come through the government, the Congolese government, because they won't do nothing if the Congolese government doesn't give them a green light. So that's what I'm saying. He should probably go with pressure the president in our country instead of the outside. What do you think?
I think it doesn't work like that. Because if a country had agreed with ICC to detain anybody who has some bad stuff, they don't have to go to the government and ask them. They just go right to the person and take them and to be judged for their wrongdoing.
Then why is it not happening? Because Mukwege is saying we have the mapping report that's showing the
Those people that
perpetrators.
have been
Yeah, well then what are they waiting for?
I think that for me, I would say that the process just happened. He just started the processes. It's not something that he started a couple years ago. The process
Just
he
started
started these processes when the mapping report list or news had come. So I would say they'll take some action.
Because sincerely, I feel like the ICC court is not sincere either. So if they have, because I feel like even the ICC court, there's some people that control it. If those people have benefits in what somebody in Africa is doing, they won't bother that person. But if those people have no benefit in what somebody is doing in Africa, then they will arrest that person. That's what I feel.
So I'm not trying to support the ICC or not supporting it, but I'm just gonna put this on speaking on what we're talking right now.
Yeah.
If you can remember those rebels that have been dealing with M23, if you can remember, a couple years ago, there was these two guys, Bosco Ntaganda and the other one his name is Mechanic or something like that. So I mean, they report them to ICC, and right now they have been detained. They are there. So I know there's some case that ICC process them slowly, and there's some other ones that they just jump to them.
Okay, I'm gonna give you one example. Jean-Pierre Mbemba? Jean-Pierre Mbemba was detained there for 10 years for nothing. They didn't judge him.
How do you know it's for nothing?
They didn't judge him after suspending there 10 years. They acquitted him. They let him go without a charge. No, they didn't sentence him.
I think 10 years was the charge. Was the charge, like he had to serve that 10 years.
For what? I think they acquitted him at the end of, after 10 years they acquitted him. I think he spent there 10 years, and then I think at the end, when they released him, they acquitted him. When they acquit somebody, that means there's no reason to keep him in prison. That's when they acquit somebody. So he then filed for a 62 million repairment fee, something like that. But they still didn't give that to him.
For that point, I don't know anything. But I would say the 10 years that he served to ICC, that was part of the charge. They charged him because he was supposed to spend 15 years in jail. But he only spent 10 years.
Yeah,
10 years.
I think
so. I think 10 years was the part of the charge he was charged.
Well, now Congo wants that. countries that are developing today, I'm going to mention these powerful countries: France, USA, Belgium,
UK.
Those people have their own courts. Why is it incapable? Why is it impossible for us? Why are we incapable of doing that? Because those people have their own court. They don't need an international court. So why can we not just organize ourselves in Africa and make our institutions strong enough to be doing things our own? Because it's a country. A state has to work like a country.
Like a country.
Why
We
do
don't
we
have to
always
be judged outside the country,
Yeah.
you know, and that will even create a very bad motivation to
Yeah.
to the people. Yeah, man, I would say it's something hard to do with the leadership.
Well, but it's this is just just thinking what's right between having a court in our country and outside. But at the end of the day, what he's doing is what is primordial, is what is much necessary. Requesting justice for all those victims that have been experienced a lot of atrocities from people. Isn't that what is necessary?
Yes.
Okay, I think we should get into the Nigerian problem. In Nigeria, everybody's protesting now. That protest has gone worldwide. All these Nigerian superstars, and the population at large are protesting against police brutality because they're calling them SRS,
or SARS, you can say.
I think it's special anti-robbery squad, something like that. I feel like that problem maybe in Nigeria is intense or is too much there. But don't you think that's a global problem when it comes to Africa? Police don't treat their citizens good, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would agree with your vision, but I try to do a little bit research about the SARS. For the research I did, it says that the SARS has been founded in 1992, following there was a minister back in 1992, so he was killed. They intended to rob his car, so they robbed his car by even killing him. So the police had they had a motivation of creating another department from the same police that is going to be dealing with only robberies
Okay.
and thieves.
Those are how they created it.
That's how the SARS has been created. So by its creation, it starts working very well.
Yeah.
But it ended by having bad police treating the population very very bad. Even people that were recruited in SARS, they don't even do the job that they were supposed to do. They are now dealing with gangs. They are even the one that are robbing population. You see?
Yeah.
So I would say that that's what happened.
The vision was good.
The beginning was good,
Yeah.
but it ended in a bad way, as we are now seeing right now. Police even tend to kill its own population.
Yeah.
They don't even tell people they don't even ask people they are wrong, whatever they have been doing. When they see you, they just go for it. They intend to shoot you,
Mistreating them badly. Yeah.
which is really bad.
I heard somebody say in one of those countries, like in Nigeria, for example, somebody say those policemen get paid like $300, which is not very good for a police officer for that job. Now, here's the question. I don't understand why. I feel like if the population are protesting for bad things like that, the police has to support them, right?
Yes. Now,
First, let's look what can be the problem here. Is it the police or is it the government? Because if the government was willing to change, to restructure that unit, they can. What do you think the problem is? Is it just the government, the Nigerian government, or is it the police themselves?
For me, I think it's something you have to deal with recruitment.
Okay.
They have to be very careful by recruiting. They have to put some very strict recruitment for you to be qualified to get into that SARS or to even be a policeman, or even getting to army.
Yeah, the requirements has to be strict with qualification
With
and
the
requirements.
qualification. So for me, I would say
That's what the problem is.
That's what the problem is, because from what I've heard, it's anybody can be in that kind of. Cause it's not something you have to deal with police. So they don't, most of them they don't even have uniform.
Ah.
Yeah. See, you can't even know who's SAR or who's not SAR.
Oh.
Yeah.
That makes it worse.
So the recruitment, they have to. It has to be very strict.
Yes, but I wonder though. Here, when there's police brutality, people mention racism. It's true. It's mostly when there's race difference. We see minorities are mistreated. The way minorities are treated and the way white people are treated by the police is different. But I don't understand why those types of things happen in Africa. There's no color difference. There's no race difference. Yeah. There's nothing.
Almost some people,
What's because here, like I talked to somebody. He told me, I think the police here is the culture. Police back then, the job of the police was to catch slaves. It's that culture that's continuing. But in Africa, what's the problem? Where do we have? Because this issue, we can see that this is probably unique to Nigeria.
Yes.
But I feel like Africa at large, policemen don't respect citizens.
Yes. It's a very big problem, man. I mean, as even you saw yourself here in the US, when the George Floyd situation happened, yeah. Here we can understand it was something that had to deal with, race or racism. Mm-hmm. But in Africa, most of people, we kind of same people. So I don't know. I don't understand what's really the problem of those brutality.
We got big problems.
A very big problem.
Well, we are heading towards the end now. I'm gonna give you time to pass any message you have about Denis Mukwege that we started with, the Nigerian thing, or whatever you wanna give a message about. You can go ahead. You have the time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Vital.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate your time. Yeah, I want to start by talking a little bit about Mukwege. Yeah, man. As all Congolese, if we have people like Mukwege or people that are showing a patriotic gesture in our country, those people, we need to appreciate them. Those people, we need to support them in any category of support. Yes, that's what I would say about Mukwege. So yeah, thank you very much for your time.
Great, Yves. It was great to have you here. Ladies and gents, this is the end of this interaction. May God be with us. May God protect us, and we are still together. Diferencias entre vino Here, when they mention in the constitution that the president I can